It's a thrill to talk about care. It is my motivation for pretty much everything I do. Care about myself, care about my partner and children, planet, friends, humanity, nature. Care. It's interesting. It's C-R-A-R-E. See how you are. Care. Something in those words. Well, I started medical school 50 years ago, and I started to name care as to be all the attention I gave to noticing everything about human relations. Everything I could do to help the person say and be everything they wanted to say and be, and have them feel safe. Hospitals were so traumatic. And where was the care? In the women, which in those days meant nurses. There were 8 medical students of a class of 130 that were women. That was my year. Now it's 50-50 or more in some places. But the care was the name for how women treated people in the hospital. Like mothers, like grandmothers, like friends, teachers you've known that have cared. And I wondered, why did the doctors never discuss it, never talk about it in class? We want nothing but the facts, nothing but the facts. Care is a fact. Things happen, okay? I'm going to suggest that malpractice, the multi-trillion-dollar industry, comes from a perception of not caring. We made millions of mistakes. We're never sued. Yeah, care. And so what was interesting is mostly in the 12 years we were open, JJ and Ozzy some, JJ more than any of the others, would talk about care, but others just said, let's just do it. Let's just explore it rather than talk about it. And really the person that became my talking playmate was Susan Parenti. We started to perform together. One of the first presentations was The Joy of Caring. Starting in my talks to talk about what was important in my healthful life. And Susan was caring for everything. She was particularly caring for her partner, Herbert, who had a lot of physical disability. She was right there caring for him with joy, with diligence, with attention, and without burden. One of the words most associated in the modern vernacular to care. Grandmother, she's such a burden. Well, when Susan and I got together and we started to be on the road and talk about it and talk about care, and then I had a contact with a man named Jeff who was caring for his wife who was dying of multiple sclerosis. And he loved caring for her. There wasn't any BS in his love for caring for her. She was no burden. And she was sick and she was going to die. And Susan gave it a name, Care Pair, which I really liked the idea. And that you can have more than one care pair. Each friend, family member, every doctor, nurse, everyone that walks in the room can be part of that care pair. But it is a pair of intention. The intention is that care flows in a bidirectional way. As Susan, I love bringing up that everyone talks how Mother Teresa cared for the dying of Calcutta. They don't talk about how the dying of Calcutta cared for Mother Teresa. And this is what the bidirectionality and a care pair, that there is in the force of care the ability to eliminate the sense of burden. And love is there, fun with the person, memories of the person are all part of that. Reinforcement, breaks, other people understanding it, and there you have someone cared for that needs care, and that it's not a burden. I mean, we talk now in our society of the burden of care for the elderly, for the environment, for the mentally ill, for the prisoners. What do we want to do with our life except care? Care for everything. That's me. I want to care for everything. And this care pair, this bi-directional dance between yourself and the person receiving care, isn't that what is with a lover? You care for them. A child, you have a dance. And if it's a dance that's not stepping on shoes, you have a care pair, where the care feeds the relationship, it doesn't drain it. Try it.